right.
Hello. Let's see if we're live.
Yeah, I'm here.
We're here.
We are here.
Are we live, guys? Are we live? We are so live. Are we live? I'm not seeing that we're live on Facebook. Okay, I see us now. Good evening, guys. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. How is everybody doing today? Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Maggie and welcome, everyone. Welcome. Oops, sorry, I got to bring down my volume. Hello, 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 everybody. So, as you, well, it looks like, guess who's not here? Can you guys guess who's not here today? Coach is not here today, unfortunately.
I see her. She's right here.
I know, right? She has to leave her presence. We have to see her anyway. Unfortunately, Coach isn't feeling very well, so she was not able to make it tonight. So we're sending love and health. But she's, she'll be fine, God willing, by for next week, right? So we're looking forward to seeing you. Huh?
I feel like I'm under
Pray for that.
Yes. What did you say, Mandy?
Is it just me? I feel like I'm under a lot of pressure. Take a look at Coach. Right?
Listen, yes, you're under a lot of pressure because you gotta come correct here because yes. So everyone, I'm sorry, what did you say, Vanya?
He sounds low.
He sound low, right? So yeah, I thought so too. Yeah. So I'm gonna share, guys. Please share on your Facebook with your friends, invite to groups, and come on and
okay, I think I see why.
Nice. Yes, you're good.
All right.
Yes, you're good now.
Good.
So yes, guys, please share. We have some people already there. Unfortunately, I can't see everyone that's there. So I'm just not gonna call out anyone's name per se, but we thank you for being there to the Maggie and Kattia show. I'm just gonna get it out the way, our disclaimer, this is our show, I'm sorry, it is our show. It is our opinion. It is strictly our opinion. And again, this is an adult show, so we can go from 0 to 1,000,000 or 1,000, or maybe just stay at 1, who knows? But yeah, no chance. We're never gonna stay at 1. So be mindful if you have kids, whether you might want them to watch. So yes. So tonight, Mr. Mandi, what are we doing tonight?
Listen, I just come here so I can just share with you guys a little bit and talk about things that matters to all of us. So I have no idea. We're just gonna ring it. Maggie's not here, so we get to do whatever we want tonight.
We always do whatever we want, whether Coach is here or not. But we do have a topic. We do have something we want to talk about. We do have something that is.
I see that.
Yeah, I mean, who flirts more, men or women? That's what we're gonna try to answer here. Is it women that flirts more, or is it men that flirts?
Wow.
Yeah, that's a nice conversation. I already had 2 people that gave me their opinions. So I'm gonna invite them actually right now.
That's gonna be interesting. I want to hear some of the participants who are watching the show tonight, what they think and how they feel about this. So Vanya, the question on the table tonight is who flirts more? Is it men or is it women?
Hmm.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
What do you think, Mr.? What do
Well,
you think?
I guess I'm gonna be I think I'm gonna be biased with my choice tonight, only because I'm gonna speak from a man perspective.
Hmm.
I think because men are chasers by nature, it is almost imperative for us to be the one to do the chasing. And so you can't really do the chasing if you don't begin with the look, the smile, uh, the eyebrow, the waving of the hand, uh, the little compliment on the side, a little winky. I mean, there's so many ways, right, for you to send that first original signal,
Hmm.
because we are chasers. Now, having said that, that doesn't mean that some women do not know how to send the signal. So if you look at it from the perspective of, let's say, okay, in the jungle, right, and the animal world, right,
Hmm.
the woman, when you look at in the animal world, their bodies will release chemicals into the atmosphere, right, to let their male partner know that it is time for them to mate.
Hmm.
So would you consider that as a form of flirting, right?
Yes, I guess we could. Yes.
Right? So that's in the animal world. Where for us, I think women sometimes, depending on the time of the month, can be a little bit more flirtatious than other time. I'm just saying, let's just keep it right there, keep it PG-13 for now. But
For now.
this is where I'm landing the plane. Absolutely. For now.
Yeah, what do you think, Vanya? What do you think?
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
There you go.
I couldn't hear you. I saw it, and I'm like, okay, I'm the one who's frozen. So I had to come out and come back in again.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I'm so sorry. I didn't get I know the topic is who flirts the most.
Yes.
Right.
And I didn't know what was the question you asked Monday because I came in kind of on the tail of it. What was your question to me?
So it's the same question. I kind of answer it in a way without really answering it. I kind of show before we even flirt, I look at it from the perspective of a man, for example. As men, we are the one to chase after the woman. So with that, we have to be the one to initiate. So if you're going to initiate, automatically you are the one who's flirting, who initiates the flirt. Now, just because the man initiates it doesn't necessarily mean that they do it more than women. I don't know. I'm speculating on that.
I think Vanya understands quite well flirt.
Yes. No, you know why? At first I thought, being that the men are usually the tour, the aggressor, so they would be the ones who flirts more. But actually,
You're coming in and out. You're coming in and out.
I think it's equally that it's both flirt equally, because I think when you ask yourself, okay, for example, I was speaking to my niece about this, and then I asked her that question, who flirts more? And then she says, well, I don't know. What I realized is that men or women can flirt. I'm still going in and out?
A little bit, but go ahead. You're better.
Okay. But what happened is that there's something we have, men or women have called charm. It's not working, right?
No, go ahead. It's
better.
Go ahead.
I give up.
No, you're talking. Go ahead.
it's part of the charm that you have. They have women and men who so charming. They don't need to flirt without even knowing that they flirt, because it's that essence of charm that they have naturally in them. So they have that suave, their eyes is very dreamy. I have a family member, when she speaks, she looks like she's flirting, but it's just her natural way. And I know other girls that are that actually flirting. I'm not flirting, but it's when they say somebody is charming, literally it comes attached with them looking like they flirt without even trying. So it can be done both equally, men and women, but being that we always know that men are the aggressor, we always think they flirt more, but trust me, women flirts, the way they dress, their makeup, flipping their hair, doing all this kind of stuff, they flirt, if not maybe more, you know? And women flirt hiding, they sneaky about it. They'll look at the man and give them the eyes, they turn the other way, and people don't see what they're doing. Because it's only directing to that person they want to get the message to. But I could maybe flirt more, but they hide it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. 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 I mean, I agree 100% with you, and that's what I was telling Kat. Even to the point, you see how you talk about the flipping of the hair or that simple little look and then look away. Sometimes she doesn't even have to do any of that. The sheer presence of a woman in the womb is flirtatious enough. Like from the moment she walks into the womb, the way she walk, right? You can tell, right? The fragrance that's oozing out of her. It's a form of, it's exactly that, right? And as you pass my territory, right, you are communicating to me without saying anything.
But you know, I it's funny because I was actually thinking that myself, as far as the way that we dress. But then again, you know me, I'm a devil's advocate because I think that a lot of men that they know they look good and they have this suavecito about them where, you know, they'll stand by the bar and away and they'll look at you. And then when you walk next to them, because listen, I'm a sucker for a man that smells good. And to me, I think that is one of the best ways a woman can flirt with a man. You know, you're not being too aggressive. And I think it's the same thing for a man, because I think a lot of time, if I find somebody that smells good, I'm like a dog. Like, I just want to, you know, I'm like, damn, especially if it's a fragrance that I really, really love. Or I may not even know it, but the fact I do love scent. And that is, to me, it is a turn on to a certain degree. I'm not just going to walk on anybody and, you know, start sniffing you up. But I do find that attractive on a man. And also a woman. You know, I have no tendency for women, but I do think it is a way of attracting somebody, because another woman can say you smell good and then might ask you, what are you wearing? Because it is enticing. Because, you know, sometimes they say less is more. I think sometimes when a woman dresses very classy and very, it's not showing too much, but yet it's alluring. Like, you know, they might show a little cleavage, but not too much. That to me, I think is saying a lot. So I think women flirt more than men.
How much is too much? Like,
hey, everybody, I think, well, that's a question for a man. No, I think that's a question for you, because I feel that, I think, to me, I think most men, I think they like to see the women classy. And by meaning classy, I mean less is more. I mean, more is less. You know what I mean? Like, you wear more and you're like, leave some to my imagination. You know what I mean? I think a lot of real men find that more attractive?
It's kind of funny. When we are in the dating world, as men, you will think we don't care, but in reality, we do. I've been around enough men to hear there are some women, they will look at them and they say that that's the kind of woman that I will enjoy to spend some time with. And then they have certain type of woman and they say, and that's the type of woman that I want to marry too. And they usually base that just on your appearance, right? And quite frankly, I think for me, this is my opinion here, that I don't think it's fair to judge someone based on what you see at this particular time, right? Because sometimes, let me put it this way: there are some people that I know when they are feeling when they are feeling the worst, they dress their best, right? In other words, that's when they probably cover up more, trying to upscale the look and everything like that because they're not feeling so good on the inside. And the opposite is also true. When they are feeling really good on the inside, they don't mind going out and dress and put, something that is a little bit more, you know what I mean, revealing. And so, and here you are passing judgment just based on that. I think that might be a problem. Again, this is just me. Because that's why for me, I tend to wait a little bit and see if there's a pattern. Then I can say, okay, she just loves to dress this way, or she just loves to be more reserved. But I don't think that is enough for me to say, now this person is more classy and that person is not really so classy. I don't know. I may be wrong on that, but that's how I feel.
I mean, when I say classy, does it mean it's not sexy? I'm not saying it's not sexy. I'm just saying it's classy. Like in the sense that they're not so revealing. Because now we're living in a world where we don't leave much to the imagination. And I mean, a lot of women, that's what I'm referring to. And classy can be very sexy because I've seen women in pantsuit, skirts, dress that just hugs their body nicely. That's classy, sexy. So it doesn't mean that it's not attractive. It doesn't mean that the person doesn't look sexy. I'm not talking, looking like a nun. And then Lord knows you're not a nun. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying, and everyone has their own, their own aesthetic, like what you might find attractive as well, right?
Yeah.
So so.
No, well, classy, I think it's probably based on how you define classy, because some people who would show more reveal and then they consider them, oh, that's sexy. The classy look, it's a little more conservative, but it's the attitude that it's not just how you dress, it's your attitude, the way you walk in, the way you talk, the way you move. It's all part of it. It's all that element combined that makes you sexy. Since when I don't know, we kind of swayed from the flirting, but the classy to me is all that. It's the mentality that you have of how you carrying yourself, the way you speak. Don't scream, not being loud, not being, it's all part of the whole assemble, the whole thing. To me, is classy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, to address what you just said, Monday, when women are not feeling the best, that's when they go out and they dress or to flirt more or to look flirtatious. However, how you feel inside, I have had time where I'm not feeling that good inside, the spirit is kind of low, and I'm going out and then putting the makeup and I change my clothes and I do this. It doesn't matter how much you do, you put on makeup, you change your hair, or you wear different clothes. What's inside is what's coming out.
All right.
And to me, when I'm not feeling all great inside because I have something bothering me or I'm just in that low mood, no matter what I do with myself, I still see that I'm not attractive. You know what I mean? Because it's what's inside that comes out. It's not what's outside that comes in. So you can go out and as you said, a woman not feeling well and then she dressed all the best and you think, no, that's not it. Because she could be, if she's feeling very good inside, positive, feeling sexy, feeling wanted and loved, and she can wear a pair of jeans or jogging, and you're gonna turn around and give her a take because it's the whole attitude that she's showing.
Agree.
Okay.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So one person said that it's definitely more women that are more flirtatious. And there was a point you said in the beginning, Mandy, which is very true, about women. I think and Vanya also pointed to that, is that we are more aware of, and I think some men are too, but I think we women, we have that is part of our nature. We are aware of our sexuality. We know how to reel a man in simply by looking at you. And sometimes, like also, Vanya, like you said, because I've had, men say to me, I look at them a certain way and I don't even realize. And, so sometimes you may have something about you that allures somebody and you don't mean to, but also I think we know when to use it. Like if I want to look at you, like you said, I look at you and smile and look away, or I look at you with my eyes. You know how they say the models speak with their eyes? We women have that power.
Yes.
We have that power to let our eyes do a lot of talking. And so, and like I said, I think that's why I think women can be perceived as more flirtatious. Because, because some men are shy. And if you see him and you want to kind of like say, yeah, I'm available. Yeah, I want to talk. Then you sit, you move, you cross your leg a certain way, you adjust yourself. And if you're drinking, there's a way you take the glass. I'm giving away too many secrets. So.
Well, no. I'm listening. I'm just listening. It's
no, but it's true.
I look at the world it's a lab of, when I look at relationships, people who are involved in relationships, it's amazing when you come across two people who just started dating. You can almost tell that this is a new relationship, because the level of flirtatious activity that goes on during that dating scene, it's beautiful to look at, right? It's the little things, right? The girl has a way of, just like you said, just flipping the hair when she's across him on that table, or she's taking a seat and getting that drink. There's a certain way that she just moves to pick up the glass, and the guy too has a way of just fixing himself on the table, or if he's checking his watch, he'll make sure he goes to his and all that it's part of the sending signals back and forth and back and forth and back and forth to each other. Now, take this and move 30, 40 years later, you look at couples who stop being flirtatious and they just sit on the table. They barely move. There's no movement, right? It's almost like it's a symphony of love when you are flirting. When you listen to symphony, there's all kind of instruments being played at the same time, and they all work together to create this beautiful melody. That's why flirtatious activities, to me, that's what it looks like, that they are creating this beautiful song, this beautiful melody that they can dance to. And that's why, couples can get up and dance in the middle of McDonald's and there's no music being played because of that level of flirtation
Oh
that
my
goes
God.
on, right? It's beautiful. I love watching it. And so the question I wanted to ask, since we're talking about flirt, how do you prevent it from dying? Or how do you prevent it from diminishing? Because as you can, as I mentioned, sometimes you do see couples later on, they are still together. Yes, they love each other, but they don't flirt anymore. You sit across them on the table or you watch them, you're having dinner and you're watching another couple come and sit next to you. They barely, that dance that I was talking about, right? You don't see it anymore between them. What happened?
I think it's I personally think it takes it's an effort, that we need to remember we both have to do this because I think it is important. It's a way of keeping your feelings alive for each other, right? Because like you said, you're holding hands, you're touching the person somehow, and you're talking. It takes work. It doesn't have to take work if you both are willing, but it is a conscious effort that you have to do. And I think it's just a matter of, I think sometimes stress plays a part of it. If you have other things going on, and then we allow that to take over, and then we're just like, okay, I'm just going through the motion. We're going out, and then I got to go back and deal with this. But we're not in the moment. We're not in the moment anymore because we're thinking about so many things like issues that we need to say no. This is important to me. I enjoy being with you. I love seeing you look nice and stuff like that. Sometimes we have to make a conscious effort. And I'm not even gonna lie, I had to do that like 2 weeks ago. Because I was not really going out and I was just seeing myself not the way, because when I go out, I get myself together and I'm like, if I don't like how I look, he must be saying, what's wrong with her? What's wrong with her? So I went and got my hair done. I went and got my hair blown out because I hadn't done that in a long time because I usually wear a wig or whatever. But I was like, well, let me see my hair because I hadn't seen it in a while. So I, even though we didn't go out, but, I got dressed a little bit in the house and stuff like that when he was, just to make sure. Because even for you, because if you don't feel like you're comfortable with yourself, or you don't like, not necessarily physically, but if you don't think, oh, you're being attracted or you are attracting yourself, I think maybe even your partner, even if that person doesn't say it, then you should also. So to me, I think sometimes when you let yourself go, you're sending a message to your partner as well. And to me, that's not cute. So we do need to make efforts in keeping up with whatever it is. And again, if it's working out or eating, whatever it is, but making sure that you're comfortable in your skin. And then that way, that is the sexiness that oozes out that you were talking about, Vanya. So it's how you move, it's how you look and all that, because that is attractive. So all these things, I think it comes into play. So you can allure the person like the animals do. When they're ready to mate, the woman leaves the scent behind and the male follows.
But it's not that hard of a work. It's either you got it or you don't. Just like I was talking about, they have these individual who's charming personality. It's on all the time with them. They don't have to try it hard. They don't have to remember to do it. It's not a task. It's a fun thing. When you're with your person, it's fun to do that. It's like what was the word I would say? It's kind of break the ice when you continue flirting. But even when you are married or you live with your boyfriend or your man is coming over or your woman coming over, for you to get, if you know you want to make love to that woman, the flirtatious is always on. You're not going to just push her on the bed. The flirtatious is always on. You started with the wine, you're drinking, you're talking, you're dancing, and it can be on all the time. And if it has to be put into practice, if you're not naturally flirtatious or a charming personality, then you have to remember to put it on all the time, because that's how you take each other for granted. Next thing you know, you fall into that way. You have to remember that person needs your attention or needs special touch. So it has to be on all the time. You can, I'm not saying that if you're angry, it's not, but it's not that hard. To me, I don't see it that hard for you to walk by, you touch your person's arm, or you rub their back as they're standing somewhere. They're sitting, you touch their hair. It's just a whole little thing, you know, that you do that makes it big. And I don't see that hard of a work that you have to remember, I have to do this. You know, it's just, if you love the person, it naturally comes out of you.
So I agree with you, Vadia. But so here's the thing, because I made a lot of couples, and sometimes when I listen, what I realize is over time there is such a thing as a breakdown of desire.
Mhm.
And so when they are experiencing that, it tends to um, challenge their relationship. And so when you begin to do their assessment, assessing the relationship, you realize, okay, what's happening with them is the fact that for a long time, they have allowed themselves, and Kat, you also talk about that, they have allowed themselves to almost take a back seat and let the relationship deteriorate, right? Well, so let's say and I'm not even talking about sex at all. We're talking about the little things, the simple little things that, the little compliment, the flipping of the hair, or the little tease, the little touch, the little notes, all those little things. Remember, we're talking about this melody, this assemble, right? This beautiful symphony that we're putting together. Well, imagine if the different artists decide that they no longer want to play the instrument. What's going to happen to that symphony as you listen to it? You're going to realize, oh wait, something is missing here. There's, the drum is missing, the saxophone is missing, this is, and so forth. It is the same way with relationship. If you don't nurture it, and that's the thing, I think people take even something as simple as flirting, they take it for granted to the point they think, oh, well, I got the look. Well, yeah, you do. But guess what? It wasn't just the look. It was what you did with the look. It was speaking through your eyes. It was the way you carry yourself. The way, all of that was part of that symphony that I'm talking about, right? So if you allow that desire to diminish, then it is going to affect the relationship eventually.
Yeah, and again, that's why I'm saying that I think we need to make sure that we keep in mind, if this relationship is important to you, we can't allow the outside noises to always come inside. Meaning we can't allow bills, we can't allow issues, job, kids. We always have to remember at the end there's us. And to me, as Vanya was saying, I think it's not that hard, but it can be if you allow it to, to take over. We have to make a conscious decision, like I did, and I realized that I was like, no, you can't just let yourself go and put your moo on and
talk about that moo. Go ahead, talk about it.
That moo, you can't, you just can't wear that moo all the time, and I mean, you could sexify the movie if you want, but it's not, again, it's not just the physical aspect of it. I could have my, moo and I create a moment, unexpectedly. I could have dinner ready. I could have something that the person was not expecting. And, it's like, oh, babe, let's just sit down here and watch TV and relax and just talk about nothing. Because at the end of the day, that's what you want. Because you want somebody that you can just be yourself. And being yourself doesn't mean you have to be sloppy. You have to not be attractive. Whatever attractive mean, again, and I keep saying that. Attractive is what you find a sexy and what your partner finds sexy. You have to compromise that. So if sometimes you have to put on some heels and look cute, put on some heels and look cute. And if your woman like you smelling a certain way, even if you're not gonna go anywhere, put on that cologne. You know what I mean? Because not every man, I think, wants a woman to be completely overly done with makeup. So even if you put on a little makeup.
When you spoke about the moo, men are very visual. If you're gonna put that dinner on the table, you're gonna bring in that moo. It's a killjoy.
Listen, I have some nice moo.
That moo.
I have some nice moo.
No, but they're not nice unless you live alone. Okay,
damn, Vanya.
They're not attractive at all. They really are sack. So it just reminds me of my grandmother used to wear them. So
there's different types of moo.
Let me tell you, there are so many comfortable clothes that you can wear around the house that doesn't look like moo. You can wear sweat, you can wear dress, you can wear anything that is as comfortable as it is. If you're buying it, you don't have to buy it form fitted because it's not comfortable if you're gonna be lounging around your home. There's so many loungewear, there's so many, men are so visual. And for you to be, and then me, I'm visual.
Damn, Vanya just blew me out the water.
No, if you're gonna
I'm gonna give away
I'm saying even with me, if my man's gonna walk around with boxer short and socks and scratching balls, and no, you don't.
No, we're not talking. We're not talking. That's an ugly
visual. It's equally the
same.
That's
an ugly visual.
That's equally the same way, as you wearing a muumuu and a man walking around with his boxer short. There's nicer thing.
Listen.
So comfortable.
You know why Victoria's Secret, and not just Victoria's Secret, but like you said something about tight fitting. There's a lot of lounging outfits now that are form fitted, and they are comfortable. They're made for that, lounges, and that's what they are. So you can wear that. I do have some moo. I'm not gonna lie, I do have them. And after I take my shower, I throw it on and I smell good. And yeah, but it's always so happened to be maybe what's underneath might be sexy. How sometimes a woman, you guys seen this movie where a woman wear a raincoat and then they go see their man? Yes, that's sexy.
Absolutely.
That is very.
I've done that.
Absolutely.
Well, damn, Nanya.
What you just described is exactly my point. For a woman to do that, it requires imagination. I think a lack of imagination is destroying a relationship, because people, and I say this, let me just say this. You may not have the imagination, but have enough common sense to say, I don't really know, but I can find out, right? You can go online, you can visit a Victoria's Secret, you can look at what women are wearing nowadays, you can wear things that will fit your body. I don't care what your weight is, right? Whether you are 10 pounds or 70 pounds or 200 pounds. Let me tell you something. let me tell you something. I'm going to say this from a man perspective. When a man is in love with his woman, his weight, your weight is not an issue for him. And so I think that's where we have to be careful, because there's such a thing as your self-esteem. I always say this: you are in charge of your own self-esteem. And if you're not feeling good about yourself, and Vanya, you said it at the beginning of the show, if you're not feeling great about who you are, feeling great about your body, no matter what that body looks like, just say, you know what, this is what I have, I'm going to work with it. And create that attitude that, okay, I'm going to make this sexy. Okay. Whatever this is, I'm not defining sexy to be this or that. I'm saying whatever this is the body that you have. You're going to tell yourself, you know what, we can make this work. And now you visit places, you go online and you look at other things that will work with that body. But none of those things can take place or will take place if your self-esteem has been diminished, right?
Yep.
If you don't feel sexy, if you don't feel good about yourself. And I know there are a lot of people walking around, they don't feel good about themselves. But I always say this in therapy: just because you're not feeling good about yourself, it's not the problem. The problem is not doing something about it.
Mm. Yeah, you know what? And I also, I think that what you just said is very powerful, because as Coach always says, we're our worst critics. And I think sometimes that's where your mate comes in too, because, you know, your mate, hopefully you're with someone that's not going to make you feel bad about yourself, you know? So, and if you are, shame on that person. So, I mean, you can always work on yourself. But at the end of the day, ultimately, as Mandy just said, it is a choice that we make. If this is what I have, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do what I need to do to make myself feel good, to make myself look good. And that is going to transpire, and everybody's going to see it. Mm-hmm. It's not just a matter, you know, being whatever. It's going to be seen, because people are attracted to someone that is, you know, that's confident. Mm-hmm. I think confidence is really the ultimate attractiveness.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've heard so many men.
Absolutely.
I've heard so many men say that. Damn, she walked in here like she owned the world.
Yes, yeah.
Everything shut down when she walked in.
Yeah.
Because she commanded the whole room. You know, I've seen women do that. I've seen men do that. And you can't allow somebody else to intimidate you because of that. Also, because just because a woman walks in and she feels like she owns, because you could own the room too. We could both own the room. I'm not going to let you shut me down because you're in there now. Because I'm going to come out strong. No, not when I'm with my man.
But you know, also people, but as you said, when you're walking with confidence, but you know, there are men and women who goes out and flirt just to test the water, either because their self-esteem is shot or they've been into this week of low vibe. And then they will literally go out. It's not that they're going to take it any further. That's why you would call sometime a teaser. It's not that they're going to take it further. They're just going out to see, did they lose it? So women will flirt as well, although they may have someone, but they're not going to take it any further. They will flirt, and just to see
if they still got it.
Yeah, to make themselves feel good, to get the attention, because it's all about getting the attention and giving the attention. So to get the attention, they would flirt. Men also will flirt to see, can I get this woman if I want to? So they go out and flirt to see how much do they have it still in.
I'm reading what Carol said.
That woman, let me flirt with that cutie across the room and see if
Can hear you.
Now, right now, Vanya is flirting with us because she's moving her lips.
But we can't hear. Let me tell you what Carol just said. Carol said you could wear a simple dress and just go see him with no panties. When you hug him, he will notice it. Okay. Okay, Carol.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just wear during the winter. High heel.
I mean,
And then you go and open. I'm trying to get.
you were going in and out, yeah.
I said you can just go with anything, just with a coat, an overcoat,
That's it?
and a scarf, high heels, and you step into the house. Ta-da! Nice surprise.
But you know, and listen, I think it's important to also know your significant other.
Exactly.
You know, not
Nothing
and all
anybody.
the things that we're saying doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Got to know your partner because you know some partner. I'm just laughing because I know what mine would say. You know what?
Kill the mood.
Oh, I want to know that. Trust me, that's what mine would say. I say, oh, je suis malade, like that. You gotta know your partner, guys. You can't just wear a coat and go see your partner if you know that's not what he's gonna see because he's gonna kill the whole.
See, I can't deal with people like that. I just.
So you better do that in the house with a robe on and put some heels on, and then that might work for you at the house. But do not go out and things like that. However, I think it is very, very important to know your partner because that in itself, because then you become frustrated because you feel like you're trying to set the mood and this person comes out and like, you know, because they do have tongue for men. And if your woman is gonna see you on that tongue and she can get thrown out of her mind, do not wear a tongue.
He's gonna wear a tongue?
Listen, I've seen men wear tongues. So if you have a woman that's not gonna be comfortable with you wearing a tongue,
well, then I'll be like, I'll be like your man. What are you doing with stuff?
That's what I'm saying.
That's a turn off. That's men on a tongue. That's a turn off.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta know your partner.
It feels like you're crossing the border. So.
Let me tell you, you gotta know your partner. So, you know, we're saying a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, know how far to go, what your partner likes, and try to be. It could be in a movie, but the fact that you made a beautiful meal for him, because that in itself, that's all he's gonna see, and he's gonna see you as the mood. So it's all in. You're confident. I could come here and serve my man and whatever it is. And if I know I made his special meal, he's gonna be like, oh wow, baby, whatever, you know, things like that. Or take the person out somewhere unexpectedly. You know, that's great too.
There are some men, a way to a man's heart is to his stomach.
Not if your man can cook better than you, child.
So here's the thing. I think there ought to be a balance. I've heard that term before. It's important to feed your man, absolutely. But I think Kat, you were the one who said it, and Vanya repeated it again later. But we are also visual, right? I think the same scenario that you gave, you prepared this wonderful meal, but you were in your moo-moo, right? And now I said, let's pretend you prepared this beautiful meal, but while you were preparing it, you were wearing high heels, so sexy, whatever, right? So you see the difference right there. It's the same meal, but throughout the preparation of it, you were teasing your man, right? So I promise you, after he eats the first meal, he's probably gonna want dessert because you tease him enough for him to want the dessert. Whereas with the mumu, he will probably just have the meal and go watch television because he didn't get that tease. So I'm saying that to say, pay attention to what your man, to how he responds to certain cues, right? Because you have to see whether or not whenever you put this mumu on, does that get him excited? Does he want to be closer to you, or does he pay attention to you with your mumu on? Right?
Yeah,
And if
yeah,
he's not paying enough attention to you and you want that attention, perhaps the mumu is not doing the trick. So pay attention. I think that's the key. And
That is so true. That is true.
as men, we got to keep up as well. You got to shave. You got to do your hair. You got to wear something that doesn't look like you're wearing the same boxers for 5, 6, 7 years. Come on, man. It's time to let that one go. Get some new ones, get some clean ones, get some sexy looking boxers. Because
Get a thumb.
if this is what your woman desire for you to wear, then wear it. To each his own, right?
Yeah, of course.
To each
Of
his own.
course.
But I'm just saying, but pay attention to each other's cues, right? To see, does this work? And just because it worked 20 years ago doesn't mean it's going to keep on working, right?
Exactly. And that's very important. I like that.
Right? People
I
change,
like that. I like
change
that.
with the time, change with your partner.
I like that. I really, really, and I really like what you just said about even though you wear this and they enjoyed it. I think that is so, so important. You really got to pay attention to your relationship.
Mhm.
You got to pay attention to each other because there are things you pick up on and it's either a check or an X.
Mhm.
And if it's an X, you need to X it out.
Correct.
So I do like that. And I think a lot of us sometimes we're so busy with the world again. We're letting the outside come in so much that we lose track of what brought us here, right? And I think that's part of the problem why we start pulling apart as getting together. It does take effort. Even I don't quite agree with you, Vanya, on that side where you said it's effortless. It is, you do need to put an effort to keep it up. Not that you're less sexy or whatever the case is, because of stressors that we have. And that's part of life. So we do need to make efforts to, oh God, let me not get this dress because I don't think that's it. That might be comfortable, but you might have to do something else because it didn't do anything. And like you said, let me put on the heels and see if that works. Let me see what reaction I get. So we have to try different things as we have to evolve.
Mhm.
We have to evolve. We have to find things that make our relationship spicy.
Mhm.
Getting
And
old doesn't mean we stop.
And listen to each other. Your man will tell you. He will say, I miss when you used to do this, or when you used to dress like this or like that. And don't take it as a negative thing. He's communicating to you what he missed. He's not attacking you. He's not telling you he doesn't love you. He's not telling you he wants. No, that's not what he's saying. He's communicating to you some of the things that used to make him go, wow, look at my baby, right? And you
Yeah.
have the right to communicate to him as well. Say, babe, you used to come to bed and take a shower before you come to bed, right? Yeah, right, right. You used to keep up after yourself. You used to do this, you used to do that. Listen to each other.
That's
So
true.
you are in a relationship. It takes the two of you to really become you are acting as the safeguard of that relationship. Each of you have your part to play.
Yeah, but you know, at the same time, from what you say, Mandy, you can ask your partner, what is it that I used to do in the beginning of the relationship that I'm not doing now that you want me to do again? And that is more specific for them to know, okay, you used to do this. And they can tell you, because sometimes you get, like Katya said, you get so mundane in the relationship and doing the same thing over and over again. You can sometimes go back after a while. You can ask your partner, what is it that I used to do for you I'm not doing anymore that you miss? Just ask them that, and they can be very specific of what they want, you know, and tell you exactly what they need, and then vice versa. And then you can ask them, tell me also, and then they will ask you also with me as well, what is it that I used to do that I'm not doing now that you used to love?
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
that's
very
a way of checking on that relationship as well.
Absolutely. And
But, you know,
Kat, one of the things that I think they used to do, they used to go out like on special occasions, right? They will go to banquet and parties and go out and eat. And so now I'm talking about banquet. I know that we have something coming up on
Yes.
December 10th,
that
right?
is correct.
Tell
And
us a
that's
little bit about
exactly
that.
where I was going. I was going to say that would be a perfect opportunity for a couple to come and flirt with your significant other.
And if you are single, you
That
can
would be
come and do
another
what?
perfect time to come and flirt.
Yes.
That is the absolute perfect time to flirt.
Yes.
But show us what you got. So, yes. So come on in. You know, it is a masquerade that we're going to be doing Miami, December 10th, right? So if you have not, Fort Lauderdale, right?
Yes.
Yes, it is going to be in Fort Lauderdale, not Miami. You know, Haitians, Miami. Everywhere in Florida is Miami. So yes, we do want you guys to go ahead and purchase your tickets. I'm not too sure if it's still too late as far as trying to get the package deal with the hotels. So you guys can reach out to Coach about that. But I know that she was trying to do that so we can get a group rate. So
yeah, I think we was there. I think she said she was waiting for 3 more people to say yes.
Okay.
So, you know, if you're looking, and it's a very good deal,
Yeah.
very good deal. So if you are planning on coming and you want to save some money on the hotel fee, get with Maggie, okay?
Yes, so then we are waiting for you guys to go ahead and purchase your tickets. You could go online and get the tickets there. Do not wait to the last minute because you know this is the holidays are coming, and before you know it, you done spend that money, child. So get your tickets now. Look if you have to fly, if you're already in Miami and Florida, whatever accommodations you need, please reach out. Coach and her surroundings, they are there to help you in however we can. So let us know. The day's approaching. Can you believe? Oh, I forgot to say today's October 26th. So we don't have a lot of time left, guys.
No.
So hurry, hurry, hurry. Reach out to Coach. Get your tickets. Let people know we're waiting. We're gonna have fun. I know she has a lot of stuff planned.
Yes, we
A
do.
lot of games. Yeah, a lot of games. Yes. So we're gonna have a good time. So remember, it's a masquerade ball. So you need to be wearing, women, you need to be in your
gown,
wearing your heels. You could have a little flat like I'm gonna have to the side, but I'm coming on my heels. Yeah, I'm wearing my heels, okay? And then you're not gonna know it's me because I'm gonna be what? Masquerade out. So we want the men to be in their tux, looking sharp, looking handsome, and smelling good as the women. Okay, so your long gown. Huh?
We're all gonna be there. So
yes, God willing, we're gonna be there. You're gonna be in your looking like a penguin in your tux. You're black and white, not you per se looking like. And me and Vanya, we're gonna be in our gowns and heels.
Yes.
Looking sexy and flirtatious.
Like Maggie say, you have to wear your mask.
That's right. We're gonna have a good time, guys. We're gonna have a good time. So please get your tickets. We're waiting for you. Again, if you need any help, reach out to Coach. I know she has a lot of fun stuff ready. And there's gonna be food, there's gonna be drinks. And I do mean drinks, there's gonna be some alcohol. So yeah, it's gonna be great, guys. So
food, drinks, entertainment, and you get to enjoy the company of some very sexy looking people. That's all.
Yes, indeed. So we're gonna have a great time. Can't wait. So just gonna tell it, #OMD. The time has flown back. Flown by. It's already 10 o'clock, guys. Again, we miss Coach. Speedy recovery, Coach. We missed you tonight, and I know the viewers did as well. So yeah, thank you guys. Like I said, I can't really see everyone, but I do acknowledge everyone that's here. We appreciate you. So if you're watching in replay, you could say #replay. So yes, enjoy, have a good night, the rest of your week.
And like Coach Maggie always said, #WebD everybody, #WebD.
Oh, yes. All right, guys. Good night. Good night. Good night, everyone. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Good night, everyone.